Well, it has been a little over 3 weeks since I saw the dietitians and since I stopped counting calories. How has it gone? So welcome back, my sunshiny friends. I am Cheryl, and we are on a weight loss journey, lifestyle adventure, whatever you want to call it. I don't really want to call it a weight loss journey anymore because that's not even what I'm doing at this point. I have, with the help of Zepbound, really learned how to make some real lifestyle changes. And this is not something that I have been successful at in 45 years. I have tried many, many times. I have tried all the diets. I have tried all the things, and I have been unsuccessful. This is the first time in my entire life I have gone 6 months and actually made changes. Before I would do a diet for 4 or 5 days, do something, go to the gym for 3 or 4 weeks. This is the first time in my life that I have actually made changes that have stuck. And that's really the goal right here. And with the help of this medication that I usually have right here with me, with the help of this medication, Zepbound, which I am taking and have been taking for just over 6 months now, this medication has helped me change the way I think about food and about portion size and about all the things, and has helped me to lose 45 pounds thus far. So yeah, 3 weeks ago, just over 3 weeks ago, I met with 2 dietitians and they told me to stop counting calories. So we have done that, and I am here today to report back as promised how that has gone. And I'm sorry if I'm a little distracted. There's a little baby spider on the wall and I'm watching it because I'm terrified of those little 8-legged friends. And it's very distracting to me, so I'm watching him. So yeah, it has been 3.5 weeks since I stopped counting calories. And I know many of you were very concerned. So I am here to tell you that doing what they said and concentrating just on the protein has given me the exact same results that I was having while I was on my phone every day, putting in every single thing that I ate. And if you watch some videos and some doctors, I think it's Dr. G from Florida, has a channel and he has some great information. And he basically says anything that goes in your mouth, you put into your tracker. Like if you take a bite of a cookie, you figure out the calories for it and you put that in your tracker. And that's what I was doing. If I was making food and I was using 2 tablespoons of olive oil to saute something, I was putting in a half of, like, it was crazy. And I was spending all of my time doing this and stressing out over it. And it's a lot. And I think it makes this whole process harder on us. Yes, we have to be aware of what we're doing, 100%. We have to be responsible for what's going in our mouth. Completely, positively agree. And I did for the first 6 months do this. And maybe it's because I was doing it for the first almost 6 months that I started to know what it was that I was doing. So that might be part of it. But now that I've got a handle on things and I've got a handle on how much protein is in stuff and vice versa, I have been able to be more intentional with my food choices. So what I have done for the last 3 months at the advice of the dietitians that I met with is I am concentrating on 90 grams of protein, which is what they told me to aim for daily, 90 grams of protein a day. So my intent has been 30, 30, and 30. So this makes life a lot easier in the counting process. And please, 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 I am not telling any of you to go and stop counting calories because Cheryl said so and do things this way. I am just giving you my experience from the advice that I was given and that I took from these two dietitians who I trusted. And it has worked for me. I am not a doctor. I am not a dietitian. I am none of the things. I don't have a PhD in anything. I am not a medical professional at all, and I do not pretend to play one here on your screens in front of you. So please, please, please take what I am saying as just my story. If this is something that you want to try, I give you my blessing, but please don't come back for me that it didn't work, because I am not instructing any of you to do it. However, I am telling you what they advised me and what has 100% worked for me and for my head. It has been so much easier to go about my life without having to stop every 5 seconds and put something in the tracker and see how much is left. And it was exhausting, and it was exhausting mentally. Like it was taking a toll on me, and I don't think I realized it until I actually stopped it. So no, I'm not eating cookies and cake and stuff in my face with crap all day as long as I'm getting 90 grams of protein. I'm not doing that either. I'm not eating 4,000 calories a day. I'm definitely not doing that. And the first couple of days I was nervous. So I would check protein on stuff to see, if I eat this, is it going to give me more protein so that it's okay if I ate it? And again, not like cakes and cookies, but I was still worried, and I've kind of stopped doing that. So basically, I'm eating how I was eating prior to my visit. I'm just not obsessing over the calories that are in it. So now I can kind of keep track of the protein in my head. And I'm still trying desperately to get in my friend H2O here. It's really, really hard. And I'm still doing everything I can to stop eating by 7:30. Now, occasionally I'm hungry. Last night I came home late. I was hungry. I wanted something, and I had some caramel apple rice cakes because I needed something. And I don't know if it was a mind over matter. I hadn't really had like a lot. I had a piece of pizza at the racetrack. That was pretty much it all afternoon. So I probably was hungry, and I didn't want to go to bed hungry. So I had some rice cakes. I could have had, a number of things. I probably could have had a yogurt or something, but I didn't want it. I had the rice cakes, and I was fine with that. So, and I'm still eating my fruits, my vegetables, my proteins. I'm eating my sugar-free Cool Whip on occasion. Haven't really wanted it too much lately. I might have, like if we're out and we're at a party, I might have a piece of cake. My mom sent zucchini bread over last week. I had a piece. Actually, that was a nauseous day, and I think I ate like this much of it, but I intended to eat it. I just really couldn't get it down. I haven't really had snack stuff a lot lately, but I know there was a point where, like, if we were having something, I had some chips for lunch one day this week, like some tortilla chips. I had like maybe 6 or 7. They were in a bag with my lunch. So like I'm still eating other things. You guys know how I feel about food. Portion is key. Sustainability is life, right? Like I can't cut out all the things that I love and that I want to do, because I want this to be my lifestyle change. And if I just cut everything out cold turkey, that's not going to be sustainable. You know what I mean? If I love Doritos, I will take 7 Doritos out of the bag, close the bag up, put it somewhere else, and I'll eat the 7 Doritos. Or I will buy the Quest protein nacho things and have half a bag of those instead in a bag. It's like this big. So I still give myself the occasional treats. I still do the things that I enjoy. Portion size is huge. It's lifestyle change that we're working on. It's not a diet. And that is what these dietitians were really wanting to reiterate so strongly, is that it's not a diet. This is what we have to do. I was on vacation last week. So this has always been an issue. portion size, right? Not overstuffing, not overfilling yourself. So last week we went away for a couple of days. So we went out to dinner one night, and my girlfriend was paying for dinner. And like, as soon as we sat down, she said that. And she ordered, my son had already ordered an appetizer, and then she decided she wanted an appetizer, and she was like, oh, will anybody split the calamari with me? And I said, I love calamari. So as we ordered the calamari, she said, dinner's on me tonight. And it's like that triggered something in my brain. I was like, crap, like I'll have some calamari, but like, I know fried foods is going to make me sick. And I ordered dinner already, and I had ordered lobster ravioli. So the calamari came, and I took like 2 pieces of the calamari. And then I was like, she's paying for dinner. Only her and I are eating the calamari. I don't want it to go to waste. So I had 2 more pieces of calamari. And then I did stop. So, I mean, I had 4 pieces of calamari. And you guys, if you know, like calamari is just like a little circular piece. Normally, I would have probably helped her finish the whole serving because she was paying for it. And I just, in my head, that's a trigger. And I'm like, oh, I didn't want this. I don't want her to be paying for food that now, like I said, I was going to eat, and I'm not going to eat. And it was just, it was in my head, a whole thing. And then dinner came, and it was the same thing. So we had ordered food before she said she was paying for food. So I ordered lobster ravioli, which obviously is going to be more expensive than a chicken sandwich. And in my head, it's the same thing. I'm thinking, I hope there's just a couple of raviolis on this plate, because there's no way I'm going to be able to eat a whole serving. And I knew that, that was going to be fine. I had actually, like, in my head, we were going home the next day. I'm going to bring it home because my son loves lobster ravioli. And the food came. So I had the 4 pieces of calamari, and the food was put down in front of me, and it was like in an Alfredo sauce, which I love, but it was I could tell immediately it was a very, very heavy, very, very rich, cheese-forward Alfredo. And there was 6 raviolis, like this big on the plate. I was like, oh, crap. So I ate one, and I was starting to get full. And I'm like, oh, this woman is paying for my food. And that was like a real struggle in my brain. So I ate half of the next piece, and I should have stopped there. But I was like, oh my God, how can I not eat 2 raviolis? Like, she's sitting right beside me. She's paying for this lobster ravioli. So I had a bite of the next half of it, and then there was 1 bite left. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to finish the second ravioli, right? And as soon as I put it in my mouth and started chewing, I instantly knew, like, I shouldn't have had that much. Like, that last bite of the second ravioli was too much. It really was. I mean, I was fine. It's not like I was like dying, but I would have stopped if I had been paying for it. And I still stopped way before I would have 6 months ago. I mean, 2 raviolis, not really that much, but it was a very heavy sauce, like I said. But it was a real struggle. So these lifestyle changes are really, really important. And sometimes fighting the inner demon in your head, also really important. The interesting thing with this meal was I didn't take my shot until later on that evening when we got back. So for that dinner, I hadn't had any lunch. I was in the pool the entire day. And I decided to not get out and have, she had gone to the pool house, and must be nice to have a pool house, right? Pool shed. And she got me a cup of peanuts, which was great because it was protein, tided me over, made it so that I wasn't going to get sick from not eating anything, got in some protein. So I never got out of the pool. So I didn't have like a full lunch. And for breakfast that morning, I had had my protein coffee. So it, I know in hindsight, it wasn't great. It's not, but I was on vacation. I wasn't really hungry, but it was Sunday, which is shot day. And I hadn't taken my shot yet, which I found strange that I wasn't like ravenous. And then, yeah, I had had a drink and had a little bit of calamari and then those 2 ravioli, and that was it. I was done. And that was it for the whole day. But my point just being that portion size and these lifestyle changes is really what is the key and getting in this protein. So overall, I still lost the same that I had been losing. So I've been averaging 1 to 2 pounds a week. So in the past 3 weeks, I still lost 5 to 6 pounds, depending on which day exactly we look at the start day. Because one day there was like a 0.8 pound difference. So 6 pounds, so really 1 to 2 pounds a week, still doing it the dietitian's way. So I am going to continue to still do it that way because I am still on track exactly the same way I was. Nothing has changed. I am still averaging 1 to 2 pounds a week, and I am not stressed out over, oh my God, I'm going to be 44 calories over. Now I'm not going to lose weight. Like I'm not doing that. I don't even know what my calorie intake is. It's probably still the same because I'm really not doing anything different. I'm just concentrating now on 30, 30, and 30. So in the morning, I try desperately, but it's been tricky. The nausea with my friend 7.5 has been a lot more than with the 5. So I try very hard to get at least my protein coffee in the morning because that is, the spider's now over here. That's 20 grams of protein in my coffee. So I've been trying really hard. So all week I was able to do that. Then I will try to put something else in there if I can. This week was so busy. I really didn't. Maybe one day I did get a bar in there somewhere along the lines. And then lunch, I've been very intentional with my lunch, bringing something protein based. Friday was a protein yogurt, and I don't even remember what I had with it, to be perfectly honest with you. The days before that, I had a rotisserie chicken. I had cut that up and made a chicken salad. So I had chicken and I was getting like 30 grams of protein with my chicken. One day I had it with, I had bought the Quest ranch chips to try, like a small bag. Those were actually pretty okay. So I had like a half a bag of those left, and like the bag's like this big. So it was like maybe 6 or 7. And I used that instead of bread to scoop up my chicken salad, and that was giving me more protein. So intention. I intentionally had chicken for lunch, and I intentionally had extra protein to put the chicken in my pie hole. So do you see what I'm saying? Make intentional choices. And now I'm not counting the protein, just in my head. I know I've got chicken, I've got something else. I'm good for lunch. I had 20 grams of protein in the morning. That's the best it's really going to get as far as the nausea right now. So I'm happy. I'm going home. I'm making dinner. I'm making a protein first dinner. It's going to be grilled chicken. It's going to be a cheeseburger. It's going to be chicken taco. I'm going to get at least 30 grams or more of protein in my dinner. And that's it. It's as simple as that, guys. Later on in the night, if I felt like, because of that 20 where I know I'm like not getting 30 in the morning, I have been trying to have a snack after dinner, but before 7:30. So around 7 o'clock, I might have a snack. So this week I had bought some mini rice cakes, the caramel apple. They're good. They just have like a weird, like artificial taste when you first put it in your mouth. But a lot of those things, especially when they're like a sweeter one, a lot of those things do, but I didn't mind it. I would have a few of those, and I was putting chunky peanut butter on top of it. So I'm getting in the extra protein. Sometimes it might be, I have like little Fiber One brownies. I might crunch up one of those, put those in the sugar-free Cool Whip. I might take a couple of teaspoons of the PB2, which is protein forward, put that in the sugar-free Cool Whip or vanilla pudding to get a little treat, but have some more protein. If I'm feeling something crunchy, I might have some protein nacho chips or something to that effect. But again, I'm getting in the protein as the extra snack. So now I'm at 90. I'm not counting the calories. I'm just trying to get to that 90. And I'm not overthinking it as much as it might come across in a video. It's just kind of like muscle memory at this point. And this is just the choices that I'm making and the things that I'm doing. So in case you are new, I just want to show you guys in the morning or sometime during the course of the day, especially on the weekends, if I'm still trying to get in that extra protein, what I do is, these are my 4 favorite bars. So these are my 4 favorite, and I just happened in my closet over here to have, I lost the spider. I mean, he's like the littlest, ittiest, bittiest thing, but I hate them so much. These are the Aldi bars. These are my favorite 4, and I just, like I said, in my closet, in my office, I keep a supply because I don't go to Aldi very often. So these have been my favorite up till this point. These are all Elevation. This is the Aldi brand. These are made to look like another bar with a man's name. So these have 9 grams of protein. So yeah, they have 260 calories. Yes, they have sugar in them. I am not a diabetic, so that isn't a huge concern for me. And I brought all of these things, not the boxes, but all of what I was using and eating to the dietitian, and she said, that's fine. Yes, eat them. So if I need to get into those extra, 10 grams of protein somewhere along the way, this is what I'm throwing in there. One of these 4 things. These are the white chocolate macadamia nut. Those have 9 grams of protein. So these here, these are snack bars. So these are going to be small. This is something that like I can get in very quickly. So this one is 10 grams of protein. So this one here is the chocolate caramel peanut nougat. So that's this one. This has 10 grams of protein. It does have 160 calories. Again, I'm not concerned about that. This one here is the caramel double chocolate crunch. 150 calories, 10 grams of protein. So again, if I can get one of these in sometime in the morning during lunchtime, perfect. I mean, before lunchtime. And then if I'm just looking for a little treat, or I, know I'm still not at 90, this is always a great option. This one tastes like a little Snickers bar to me. This is the caramel nut, and this is 130 calories and 5 grams of protein. So these are my 4 current favorites that I have been eating for the past several months. These are all things that I really like and enjoy. And then also the Quest chips, I will keep those on hand. I don't have any right now, but I will keep those on hand as like something extra. Peanuts, macadamia nuts, pistachios. Again, I'm like out of all of these things, but these are things that I was just keeping on hand to kind of throw in as like an extra filler. PB2, adding it into something is always good. So yeah, I have been very successful doing it the way that the dietitians advised me. I'm going to continue to be doing it this way. If things change and I stop or I get to a plateau, then maybe, I might have to rethink some things, but you guys will be here and I will be filling you in anyway. So yeah, the only thing I just want to say is, in the other video, I had mentioned the protein powder. I'm just going to say it again, that the dietitians had said to please be very careful with the protein powders that are sold, they're not FDA regulated. So all of these things here, because this is food and they're being sold in the stores, these are regulated by the FDA. So if it says 5 grams of protein, it has to have 5 grams of protein. Protein powder is not under the FDA regulations, so they don't have to approve anything. So just because it says it has 30 grams of protein in a tablespoon or a scoop doesn't necessarily mean it does. So in order to check to see if the protein powder that you are taking is NSF certified, N as in Nancy, S as in Sam, F as in Frank, NSF certified. If the protein powder is not on the list of NSF certified protein powders, there is no way to know that if it's telling you it has so much protein that it really does. So I just advise and encourage you to check the NSF certification listing to make sure that if you are taking protein powder, it is on that list. I have been recently offered sponsorships from a couple of companies. I have declined them because you guys mean a lot to me, and it's not anything that I use or would use. So it was like random things. It wasn't protein powder or anything like that. It was random stuff. And it was things that I'm not going to use. And I didn't feel right taking product or money from a company to support their product to make money off of you. So I just encourage you to be careful with any of these things out there. If things come to a point where I do have a sponsor of a video or something to that, I promise you it will be a product that I have at least tried and that I support. If someone offers me something and I try it and I dislike it, I will still decline that sponsorship. I don't care how much money they're giving me. That is not why I am here. I am here to get healthy and to be here for a long time with my family. And that is all that I want for all of you. So just be sure that everything that you are being told is great and wonderful, that you are doing your own research, okay? Yes, so that is it as far as my dietitian review. I'm sorry that it took a little bit extra time, but I wanted to be sure that, you know, everything was working and everything was good and I had all of the information to bring to you guys properly. So if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And if you think it would help anybody else, please go share it with them. If you are not already, please go and hit that subscribe button. And remember, friends, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. Bye.